I'm gonna take a picture of this because looking at my setup on this desk, it is going to take no less than 12 starships to review the Bird of Prey. But anyway, yes, hello and welcome back to the definitive Starship review series without access to a proper table. But we do have access to Eaglemoss. The company itself, yes, despite not actually having a proper table, Eaglemoss have reached out to me, and long story short, I've joined their affiliate program. So what does that mean for these videos? Well, nothing's going to change about these videos. I still have full creative control. The way they work is all going to be the same. However, in the description, there's going to be a link to the ship I'm reviewing, which has always been there, except this time, it's going to be an affiliate link, which means if you decide to purchase the Bird of Prey because of this video, if you click that link in the description, I will get a 7% cut of the profits, which is like $3.80, give or take, for the Bird of Prey. But more importantly, from my perspective, it's also just going to let Eaglemoss know that people are buying their products because of me. It means that sometimes they might send me a free ship to review. Not in this case, the Bird of Prey, as well as all the Universe Collection ships, I'm going to be purchasing with my own money, and I'll let you know when they send me a ship. But I have to disclose, and I want to disclose, that there is an opportunity, a certain monetary incentive for me to give positive reviews, but the reviews should all stay the same. Also, another small change is that Eaglemoss asked me to promote their Summer of Trek Sweepstakes, where basically one person is going to win a grand prize, which is a complimentary cabin on the 2022 Summer of Trek cruise, plus a $500 gift card for onboard entertainment, which there's hopefully a picture on screen right now about it. There are loads of other prizes as well. You could get free ships, the autographed gold, TOS, Gold Enterprise D, yada yada XL. They're coming. Perfect promotion. Or a $10 gift card. But I've seen that cruise before, and it looks interesting. There'll be loads of Star Trek-y people there. All that'll be in the description. But yes, anyway, without further ado, let's get to the Bird of Prey. The smallest model of the Universe Collection so far, and I took a look at Memory Alpha, it will be the smallest. Oh, I'm sorry, people are going to want to see this. There we go. We'll get to that later. But yes, the smallest model so far, and up through the 8th model, it's going to be the smallest. I thought at first the models were going to start getting smaller in general, but it looks like only the Snakehead and the Romulan warship are going to be noticeably smaller than the Zhang-He or the La Serena. But we'll just take a quick comparison of the Bird of Prey and the La Serena. You can see it's significantly shorter. Probably, it's actually a little bit wider. I'm so used to the XL La Serena, which is next week's video. Spoilers, not spoilers, teasers, that's the word. And obviously it is going to be significantly shorter than the huge Zhang-He. It's roughly the same size as the saucer section, actually, which is a nice comparison. But it is the smallest the Universe Collection is going to get for quite a while. And I thought I was actually going to be real annoyed with that. And it is noticeably small when you get it, but as you'll see, I don't think it really has to be any bigger. Because it's a smaller ship, of course, but all the detail's kind of there. I'm like, if you make it bigger, you could add maybe more weathering and stuff, but unlike some of the other small models, I think I'm actually quite happy with the size, because I don't think it has to be any bigger, and if that means we can get a few millimeters, maybe for, like, you know, the super big Zhang-He's, or a few extra millimeters on the models that need them, I'm quite happy with this size. Just how small is it, though? Well, it is actually, and this surprised me, basically exactly the same size as the Shran from the Discovery Collection, which I did not expect when I did this comparison, because it does not feel Shran small. It feels bigger. I don't know if it's the proportions or the nacelles or something, but it feels bigger than the Shran, despite being about exactly the same size. Rather surprisingly, It is actually about the same size as the Valdor from the normal Star Trek collection. Yeah, sorry, the original one. You can see its wingspan is about the same, and the universe model is longer, but it's not the worst comparison. I'm actually going to show a clip of the standard model size collection with the this bird of prey thrown in there. And as you can see, it doesn't look too out of place among the standard Starship collection. It's also approximately the same size as the Work Bee, or at least of a comparable enough length for me to bring it up. There you go. Using the standard ruler of Enterprises, the Columbia class refit is the closest I can get to a size comparison, just because it's the smallest Enterprise, really. I also wanted to show the ship off relative to the Franklin, for no particular reason. I just thought they looked nice together, but it's about the same size as that saucer section. And similar to the Valdor, it's also got a reasonable ruler in the Dideridax class. It's noticeably bigger, about the same length, really. But there, if you probably own the Dideridax ship if you're interested in this, and here's a size comparison. I've just had a thought about that. Give me a moment. No, you cannot fit this inside the XL Dideridax. But actually, it's another decent size comparison, where the body of the Dideridax is roughly the same proportion in size of this bird of prey, which is quite nice if you're wanting a ruler. And the nacelles are also... Well, actually, the bird of prey nacelles are much bigger. And with the size comparisons out of the way, and myself proved I'm not a complete sellout by not putting affiliate links to all of those models in the description, it's time to look at the actual bird of prey. As you can see, it's quite an upgrade from the original TOS ship I have a model of. Well, we'll get to the bird, but the main difference is all this paneling. Just to give it a bit more detail. No paint jobs on the wing or the tail, which is alright in my opinion. As well as the nacelles, they don't have the little bird paint on it. But I kind of like the top of the bird of prey better. I also really like the green highlighting John Eves has given around this whole model. The shuttle bay, the windows, the impulse engines, the back of the pylons, inside the nacelle, and the front of the nacelle. I think it says Romulan a bit more. I really like how it pops as opposed to the original model. And yeah, I think this is a great recreation of the bird of prey. And what is essentially blasphemy, if this appeared in Strange New Worlds and it was just like oh, this is what the bird of prey was supposed to look like the whole time, I'd be fine with it. I'd be happy with it. I really like this bird of prey. The only thing is, I'd probably change the underside to match the original series a bit more, but is a 24th century ship, this with the newer design a lot of Romulan ships have, I really like it. There are a few changes as well from the original. The wings are more swept forward than the original. The nacelles are proportionally longer, not just because of the model, but compared to the ship, they are longer. The nacelles themselves had a lot of more beautiful detail, reminiscent in some ways of the Disco Prize, basically, the Discovery Enterprise. And it was taken from, I forgot to get it out, but it was taken from an old concept of the Enterprise bird of prey, these little caps on the nacelles. You've still got your fin. You've still got the same basic structure. The top is very familiar for anyone who knows the original bird of prey. But finally, the bottom. I remember when this ship was announced, it was like months. I was just trying to find a picture of the bottom. I thought, naively, I could be the first, like when I get the review, just here's the bottom. But yeah, it does have a bird painted on it. Not the bird of the original series, which... I'm glad it's not the original bird, because I like it, but it does look rather cartoony in the original. I've never been like 100% keen on that specific bird. And I wasn't sure about this bird at first, I'll admit, just because it was so different. The magazines point out it's actually on a lot of the other Romulan ships. I think it's like the new logo, essentially, for Romulan ships or something like that. But it actually really has grown on me. You don't see it really when it's displayed. If you had it high up, you'd see it a bit, but it's basically a fresh coat of paint, not very weathered on, and obviously more detailed and angular than the original. But I quite like it. I'm really happy there's a bird. I'm happy with the design after, having this sit on my desk for a while, looking at it a bit better than in Picard, because these models always give you a better idea of the ship, particularly for Picard, which I don't think was great at giving us a feel of the ships. And I feel like I've lost a train of thought that editing me is going to be real angry about. But you've also got beautiful paneling on the underside of this, kind of like the Enterprise style of all the little panels you could probably pop off as maintenance. Because, it's an ancient, 130-something-year-old ship off the top of my head. That someone's kind of stolen or bought from an antique show and upgraded, refit a bit to still be viable in the 24th century, which is really great. I love that as getting the classic ship into the modern era. It gives the excuse for all this paneling and detail and all the changes because you've kind of built up upon a centuries-old design. Hi, Editing Nathan here real quick. Because I forgot to talk about how much metal was in the model again. I always do it, but for this ship in particular, I think it's really important. You see the little seam kind of running around the whole bottom of the bird on screen right now. There's that bottom section with the core of the bird. That's plastic, the nacelles are plastic, and the fin on the back is plastic. That's it. Everything else is metal, so this model actually has quite a good weight to it. I'm holding it in my hand right now as I talk. And yeah, it's all one cast piece other than those plastic bits. And so I think that helps justify the size as well, that it's so metal. But yeah, I just want to add that basically the whole ship is metal except for that little bottom paint where they painted the bird, as you can see here. As I'm fiddling with several of the other stands off camera, I'd like to take now to point out that this is actually one of the best stands they've done. Now with it properly secured to the model, it's really secured. It takes a bit of effort to pull it out if you want. I've had it kind of resting in here for the video so I can easily do it, but even then, it's not gonna fall out. Well, there you go, it did. But if you put it in properly, it's not gonna fall out accidentally. It's gonna take some work to get it out. It's also quite level when it's in properly. It feels kind of weird. When it's like this, I often think it's dipping down quite a bit. I don't know what that is. If it's the model itself, I think, because it does kind of lean forward a bit. The physical model itself. It's not a flat surface, which is kind of weird. But I keep checking, and yeah, it's a very secure, very flat model. Fits in the stand well. And so yeah, this is a great stand. But yes, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by other stands, this completes our little trifecta of original Romulan, Federation, and Klingon ships that have been redesigned. If only I owned the Discovery D7, or in fact literally any D7, but I don't. So yeah, for those of us that own, this is the standard Disco Prize, just because it's a bit closer in size. You can see these fit really well together. You can kind of you can see them fitting. In Strange New Worlds, they wouldn't look far apart at all. They've both got similar paneling, like they did in the original series, although of course different paneling. Proportionally, I'm actually going to check this and put it on screen. I think they might be pretty close to scale. Off the top of my head, because this is 200 something meters, this is 400, or is it 200? I don't remember, but either way, I think they might be close to scale. So yeah, if you're looking to complete your little trifecta of remastered original series ships, this is definitely a nice addition to that collection. I also think I'm quite happy that it doesn't look astray in the standard edition size, because one of the concerns I've had for displaying these is I want to display all the ships kind of chronologically, with all the races next to each other, as you kind of saw I had in the picture before. But I've been concerned what I'll do with the Picard and Discovery series. Discovery I'm not so concerned about because the Klingon ships are different, but with Picard, it might look weird with the Romulans having such big and small ships. But if I choose to, I could display this with my standard edition Romulan ships, and it would look not out of place at all. I think it would be... I think it's nice to have that option, and as I said, as you can see, I mean, show me somewhere where you'd get more detail if the model was bigger. I mean, this green might be a bit more pronounced. I think that's it, really. So yeah, I was concerned about the size before, is the smallest universe model so far, but I don't see why it has to be any bigger. So yeah, I think that's it for this model. I very much recommend it. I'm very happier than I thought I'd be with this bird of prey. Like I said, if you choose to purchase this model because of this video, it'd be very appreciated if you use the affiliate link in the description. Not because I'll get paid, but to let Eaglemoss know that this is a channel they can keep working with. You guys really like the newer models and don't seem to care about the older reviews at all. The simple truth is, as a college student who's very soon going to be back in college not with a job, I can't afford to buy every single one of their new models. But if Eaglemoss wants to send me them and they think it's worthwhile, then I can do the videos, I get the models, I'm happy, you're happy, Eaglemoss is happy, everybody is happy. Even that little cup is very happy, because it gets more publicity. Yeah, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any more question about this model, then just let me know in the comments, I'll be happy to answer it. If you want to see me cover another model, let me know in the description. I have over half of them, thanks to a massive sale on Eaglemoss, and if you ask, I'll probably do the ship. I've also just remembered, if you're watching this today, there'll be a link in the description as well. There's a Comic-Con deal going on, right today and tomorrow, I'm pretty sure, where 10% off all the ships site-wise, and up to 50% off the best deals. I don't know if this ship is 50% off, probably not because it's new, but that deal hasn't started yet for me. But yeah, if you want to get this ship at a discount, and I suppose give me 10% less money, then today would be a good day to do that, if you use the code CON10. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for the XL La Serena review. Oh boy.